Hello everyone. I wanted to continue my World Cup history videos. I've already put the first World Cup 1975. The second World Cup was played in 1979 again in England. It was also called the Prudential World Cup. And there were eight teams as well in this World Cup: Australia, England, New Zealand, West Indies, India, Pakistan, the full-time teams, and there was Sri Lanka as the associate team, and there was one change. It was Canada this time in place of East Africa, who played in 1975, but in 1979 Canada played, so it was eight teams. And the semi-finals, the first semi-finals, England beat New Zealand narrowly by 9 runs, and then West Indies played Pakistan in the semi-finals. Pakistan making the semis first time. That was the time of the great Zahir Abbas. And against Pakistan, West Indies started off extremely well, and there was a 132-run partnership between the great Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge. I mean, my favorite opening partnership still. I mean, when I grew up, I used to watch them a lot. I mean, against India, they never used to get out. Desmond Haynes actually had the world record of the total number of hundreds in ODI. It was 18 one-day hundreds before Tendulkar broke it. So they were great partners. Actually, Gordon Greenidge was excellent. I mean, but he used to normally get out around the 60s, 70s. He didn't carry on, but such a dangerous batsman, Gordon Greenidge, and Desmond Haynes was excellent. I mean, I always wonder what they would have done if they had these rules today, where field restrictions, 10 overs, bouncer rules, good batting wickets, modern equipment, especially the bats, heavy bats with a lot of stroke play. So all these things, shorter boundaries as well. I mean, those West Indians would have scored, not just West Indians, but especially Gordon Greenidge, Haynes, Richards would have scored a load of runs. Anyway, they had that opening partnership, 132 runs against Pakistan, and they scored 292, I think. I think it was 200 and close to 292 runs they scored. And Pakistan batted second, and Pakistan's second wicket partnership was 166 between Majid Khan and the great Zahir Abbas. So Pakistan looked on course, but Zahir Abbas fell, and then there was a cluster of wickets. I mean, Javed Miandar notably got out to a first ball duck in that match. And after Zahir Abbas went out, I mean, there was a huge collapse, and Pakistan lost their last 9 wickets for 72, 74 runs. And obviously, West Indies winning. So, West Indies and England playing the final. And in that tournament, Gordon Greenidge with 253 runs was the leading run scorer of the World Cup. And Mike Hendrick of England with 10 wickets was the top highest wicket taker. And in the finals, it was interesting, England against West Indies, but West Indies started off quite badly. West Indies lost 4 wickets for 91 runs, I think, 91 or 92 runs. I think it was 99. But anyway, 90s for 4. West Indies. They lost Desmond Haynes, Greenidge, and Kali Charan as well. I forgot the third person. But they were 4 wickets down for 90 odd, and it looked like England had the hold on the match. But then there was that match-winning partnership. I mean, one of the world's best partnership in World Cups. The great Vivian Richards and Collis King. Vivian Richards getting 138. It was a blistering knock. I've seen so many clippings of the recordings of that match. And Collis King actually got 86 runs of just 66 balls. And that was such a huge partnership. I mean, imagine Collis King getting in 1979 to score 86 runs of just 66 balls in those uncovered pitches. I mean, those long grounds. To have that kind of strike rate, there's around 130 odd strike rate. I mean, so imagine if he could play in this era with the flat pitches and all these rules that favor batsmen, bouncer rules, low, shorter boundary ropes, and all these heavy bats. It's crazy to even imagine that. Vivian Richards got 138. It was a blistering knock. I've seen it many times. One of the great one-day finals innings of the World Cup, 138. Collis King 86 of 66 balls, and then Collis King got out, but Vivian Richards still batted well with the tail, and West Indies got 286 runs in the finals, which was still a big total, 60 overs in those times. I mean, in that first final also, it was high scoring, 291, and Australia got 17 runs close, Ian Chappell getting 62, but narrow win for West Indies in that first finals in the 1975 World Cup. This is I'm talking about 1979 World Cup. So they got 286. And England actually batted second. There was a very good opening partnership, but it was extremely slow. I mean, Mike Brawley of England and Jeffrey Boycott. I mean, Jeffrey Boycott, one of the great technicians in cricket test match especially, but he wasn't a great one-day player. They put on 132 runs, 139 runs for the 132 runs for the first opening partnership, but 139 actually, but they took 38 overs to score that. I mean, that was extremely slow. They batted like a test match. I've seen clippings of it as well. So chasing such a huge total, I mean, even though 132 is a good opening partnership, I mean, they took 38 overs to do that, and obviously that put a lot of pressure on the middle order and lower order, and the run rate, net required run rate, kept going higher. And then after they got out, when Graham Gooch was in the team, I mean, he came and he hit a few runs and at the higher rate, but still the required run rate was so high because of that slow opening partnership. And West Indies started bowling well, and actually it's one of the huge collapses in World Cup history. I mean, England, they lost their last 9 wickets for 11 runs. Sorry, 8 wickets. They lost their last 8 wickets for just 11 runs. I mean, the 9 wickets, 74 runs was Pakistan in the semi-finals against West Indies after Zahir Abbas got out. But here in the finals, England lost their last 8 wickets for just 11 runs. I mean, that's a disaster collapse. I mean, that's one of the greatest collapses in World Cup history. So, without any doubt, I mean, Vivian Richards was the man of the match in that finals for his excellent 138. I mean, can't forget Corliss King scoring 86 of just 66 balls. And West Indies winning that second World Cup as well, their second consecutive World Cup after 1975, winning in 1979 as well. Clive Lloyd, again the captain. I mean, Clive Lloyd, regarded as one of the greatest captains of all time. But obviously, Clive Lloyd always had an excellent, amazing team as well. I mean, such gifted batsmen, feared fast bowlers. So, without taking anything away from Clive Lloyd, I mean, it was probably easier to captain one of those teams because you have got such great batsmen and bowlers. You could always count on them. But still, Clive Lloyd did a great job to get them together, playing them together, because West Indies, I mean, a group of islands coming together, so it's not always easy to play as a team. I mean, that's some of the problems they face these days. A lot of different islands coming together. So Clive Lloyd had that leadership skill in him. He brought them together and gave them that West Indies tag, and they played under that label. I mean, nowadays in West Indian cricket, they don't have that. So Clive Lloyd, I mean, a great batsman as well, batting with the specs. So 2 World Cups in a row for West Indies, 1975 and 1975. So 79. So that's it from me. My second video on the World Cup history. I will put the next 1983 World Cup history, which India won, obviously. So that's it from me. Thank you. Take care, and God bless you.